PAX East was this past weekend, and Nintendo showed no sign of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is very interesting. In this video, we're going to talk about why Nintendo's not talking about Zelda, and also what Nintendo brought to PAX East, so let's talk about that right now. The first thing that Nintendo brought to PAX East was the Super Mario movie, which comes out April 5th, and I am very stoked for. They had the Mario Plumber van there at PAX East, which is very awesome, and it looks really cool. And as well as the movie looks like it's gonna be awesome. And I understand why Nintendo brought this to PAX East. It's a huge thing for them. They haven't made a Mario movie in a long time, and that one, we all know how that ended up. So this thing looks very promising. It looks great from what we've seen from the trailers so far, and so I understand why they brought it. But the one thing that I don't understand why they brought was this Versus Arcade. Now, there were some very interesting games there, like Super Mario Golf, Super Rush, they had Yoshi's Crafted World, Mario Party Superstars, and Super Mario Bros. The original, which is pretty interesting. I'm not sure why they brought out Yoshi's Crafted World. That's a game on the Switch that's been out for a while, and no one seems to be talking about it, so that's an interesting thing. Maybe we'll see another Yoshi game like that soon, who knows? And all the other games I felt like were just okay, whatever. So for some reason, Nintendo didn't talk about any new games like that, which is very weird for them, but it does not surprise me. Let's go ahead and talk about what we already know about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and then a few things that I think kind of come from all of this. While I was editing this video, Nintendo did announce that they are doing a 10-minute presentation tomorrow about this. So I recorded this before all that happened, so let's get into it, I guess. First off, we know this is coming out May 12th, which is less than 2 months away, which is very, very interesting. We've only got 2 trailers about the game, which also kind of hasn't shown much about it. Now, obviously, we know this is above Hyrule in the Breath of the Wild, so it's very interesting there, but there's not too much that we see that really gives you much to go on. Now, there are a few leaks and things like that we'll get into in a bit. However, I really don't think we know that much about Tears of the Kingdom, and there's a reason why Nintendo is doing this, and that's probably because of 2 things. One thing is they don't want leaks. They don't want their game being leaked or things going on that have been released to the public before the game is actually out. And that makes sense. I mean, why would you want to spend years and years into a game and have someone just leak it and ruin it before it's even come out? And then the second thing, which I think is very interesting, is there are rumors that this is the last Nintendo game for the Nintendo Switch, which is absolutely crazy. But if we look back, it kind of makes sense, which is a little weird. Now, Breath of the Wild was the last game on the Wii U and the first game on the Switch, but if we go back before that, we've got Twilight Princess being the last GameCube game, being the first Wii game, and other things along the lines like that. So, I mean, it's not too far-fetched to think this is the last Nintendo Switch game from Nintendo, but I think it's very interesting to see that. Now, Nintendo's gone on record and saying, hey, we don't have any plans for a new Switch or the next console to release anytime soon, so it's probably not that, but it is interesting to hear these rumors, and it kind of makes you think about it a little bit. However, I don't know whether I agree with these rumors or not. I kind of haven't decided, to be honest with you. I'm just excited about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which brings me to my next point, and the fact that, is this gonna be like something like Skyward Sword and kind of like just Breath of the Wild 2, which a lot of people are saying this is, or will this be something completely different? Obviously, it's going to have the same aspects, but I'm really, really interested to see what that new stuff is that Nintendo hasn't shown us. Now, there have been rumors of characters and other things like that from the art book releasing and other people kind of corroborating those things and those leaks, but I'm trying to stay as far away from that as possible because I am very stoked on this release. So it's pretty interesting to see what Nintendo is and isn't bringing to PAX East this past weekend. I think Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is definitely going to sell some consoles. Hopefully we get a special edition Nintendo Switch that's Zelda themed. I would absolutely love that. The last Zelda themed thing we got was either the 3DS or the Wii U. So that would be pretty awesome to see. And overall, I'm very excited about this game. This is an amazing, awesome series. I loved Breath of the Wild on the Switch. I played like 200 hours into it. It was definitely well worth it. But it's very interesting to see what people think and what Nintendo's not talking about and why they aren't talking about. So over the next 2 months, hopefully we get more game trailers or more information about the game. But I have already pre-ordered my game from Amazon, and that is only for a last-ditch effort. I don't like to go to GameStop and pre-order games anymore. I just don't do that because it's not worth it. I usually try to just go and buy the game on release day from Target or Walmart or Best Buy or wherever I can find it pretty much. Or whoever has the best deals for buying those games. However, I'm not sure if this game is going to be hard to get, so I went ahead and put in my pre-order on Amazon, so at least I'll have something to fall back on if I can't get the game. But what do you think? Will this game be acceptable and be easy to find on release day, or will it be really hard to find without a pre-order? I'm not quite sure, but I'm definitely sure that Nintendo has some cool things cooking, and I'm very excited to see that. So with that being said, go ahead and check that video out right there if you haven't. And I'm going to go and get back to playing Zelda Link to the Past on my Switch for the Super Nintendo Online in preparation for Tears of the Kingdom coming out. So I'm going to get out of here. Go ahead and check that video out if you haven't already.